Hello, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
Or should I say salutations?
Yes, indeed. My DoorDash, that apparently triggered my DoorDash guy to show up.
Ooh, that must be the pizza.
It's Panera Bread, actually.
Even better.
Boom.
There we go. There's Arena. How's it going?
Uh-huh.
Oh, my microphone and my computer decided to be so mean and wouldn't let me join on the Discord. I'm like, just load up in. I'm here now.
Tails, had me worried for a second, buddy.
I know, it was so bad. Thankfully I was able to make it on time and all that stuff. It's just, some technical issues, but, when you're dealing with badniks, what else are you gonna do?
Yeah. Big oof.
Hey, the Boostmeister.
Sorry, I came in a little late. Didn't mean to be that.
Worries.
A little unprepared, but we're good now.
No problem. We're just jumping
There
in
we
and out.
go.
Technical issues going on.
Gotcha.
I think
It has started. All right. So, welcome everyone to the Sonic Villains panel. This is going to be a Q&A with the people behind the Sonic Villains fan film. I'm going to step into the audience now and let our panelists and co-hosts take over.
Yeah, that's what that. You kind of messed up my intro there, but that's okay. But how's it going, y'all? It's your boy Josh over here with my friend Angel Rose here, assisting here with our next panel here at Winterfest. This one being with some of the cast and crew over here at Sonic Villains for the Sonic Villains fan film. If y'all would like to introduce yourselves.
Okay, so we got a popcorn. I'll pass down the popcorn.
Perfect. Okay.
All right.
Hello.
My name is Ariane Rashad, otherwise known as Miitoons.
I voice Dr. Eggman, obviously.
And I'm the director, writer, and lead artist for Sonic Villains. This big, crazy, we always talk about, wouldn't it be cool if Sonic had like a Spider-Verse sort of thing? That's basically what we ended up doing. Just sort of what would happen if we snatched a bunch of villains from across the franchise and just sort of said, okay, kill Sonic. That way we can kill all the other Sonics, okay? Got it? You understand? All right, perfect. Go. Destroy. And so we're doing it. And so obviously Blue Boy's going to need some help. So he gets the help of an unlikely hero from the Fleetway comics, Techno the Canary. She's an early freedom fighter in training, and she's going to kind of need to learn how to be the hero she always wanted to be in order to help Sonic and her dimension survive.
Alrighty. Next on down with the intros.
Hey, actually, let me do it. Let me get this one over. I'm Boost. Hey, I voice Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic and Underground Sonic, or the two Jaleel Sonics. I think we abbreviated them to just Deke Sonic. I think.
Yeah.
And I voice Manic the Hedgehog, and I'm one of the. Actually, I don't want to give too much away. Ariane, you tell me what to not say.
Yeah. You were the chili dog Sonic. You're way past cool, and
I'm way past cool. Yeah.
And that the fact that you're able to nail those voices is absolutely friggin' insane.
You're too kind, Ariane. You're too kind.
It is. It feels like I'm watching an episode just listening to you.
I'm gonna pass it on down to Teddy. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Teddy. I'm a storyboard artist, character designer, background artist, everything.
They basically just made yourself everything in this band that you have joined.
I'm mainly working on the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog segments. I'm your local coconuts enthusiast, and I will pass on to Arena. Sorry, I'm bad at names.
It's all good. It's all good. My name is Erenaroonie, nickname Arena or Aaron. I am the voice of our beloved Tails in our Boom segments and such like that, and Prime Tails. And I'm also Tikal. So it's just an amazing adventure to be a part of this whole freaking thing. I mean, just seeing it like being created, talking about the various, aspects of the project, storyboarding, brainstorming. It's just been a lot of fun to be able to be a part of this team.
Oh yeah, for sure. So fun. And it's always a fun time seeing how Arion puts everything together. I'm telling you, Arion is a friggin' mastermind. He's got all of us like interwoven in his like web of like how he's gonna plan this all out. It's amazing. Yeah, so much cool stuff.
He loves fourth wall breaks. He loves, incorporating inside jokes or sort of little anecdotes that we kind of come up with. It is just, he always finds a way. It's so crazy.
He's the leader, man. He's the ringleader.
We're always getting that reference counter up.
That's why he's Eggman, man. He's the man with a plan.
The moment Teddy came in, I basically said, like, okay, look, our options are never zero, okay? The first 15 minutes in, we have something that I don't think anybody in this audience would probably suspect that we would reference and joke about. I'll just say that. Never zero. So don't like put some stuff in the background. You're a character designer. If you got a reference to something or someone, put it in there. Teddy's incredibly just bonkers with design work. I'll share it in the chat. Absolutely gorgeous design work. So colorful. Fits right in with the AOSTH universe. Feels so right in with the show. And just incredibly clever. All at the same time. It's amazing.
Thank
yeah,
you.
for sure. Your love for this era of Sonic, it always shines through, and like the stuff that I've seen from you is just it's fantastic, and I'm so happy to have you as a part of the team.
Thank you. You guys are so sweet.
Alrighty, so I guess we can start. I guess we can start getting in audience questions in real quick because there's a whole bunch of people with their hands up.
Yeah, let me at him.
Absolutely. The first person I see on here is my buddy Noah or Yoshi Tales 13. Come on up.
Oh yeah, I recognize you.
Hi everyone. I recognize. I definitely recognize all of you, and I also know I'm also part of this project. So, how's everyone?
Pretty good, man. How about you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I'm having fun.
The best kind
so,
of answer.
I guess my question I would have to say, Arion, what inspired you on making of Sonic Villains?
What inspired me? Just, I think we said this a little bit in the Sonic Revolution panel we did, but I think for me it was just it was and has always been just a desire for this fandom to unite for once. We have such a we're so protective of this little blue baby all the time, and it feels like I think there's a feeling as though the fandom has to kind of fight for the version of Sonic they want to exist because they don't know if they're gonna get it like at any given point. I see a lot of Archie fans feeling like they're kind of left in the dust nowadays, because IDW is the new thing on the spot. Some game fans are a little worried, a little better thanks to what Frontiers has done, but
Heck yeah,
Frontiers has absolutely done a lot of what we've been trying to do actually, as far as just like make everything feel connected. That's essentially what's been one of my goals since day one, just to make everything feel like it actually connects, because this stuff does matter. That's the message here is basically the stuff you love about Sonic does matter. Believe that it does, even if people will say it doesn't. No, it does, and we're gonna show you why. and how cool it can be if everything does actually matter and does actually mesh and has no copyright restrictions saying, no, it doesn't. What? What? Lawsuit? What? No, it. Sweep it under the rug.
What I really like. Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
What I really like you also add. I'm glad you gotten to add Sonic Underground. Like you added Sleet and Dingo.
Yeah,
Those are my favorite characters in Sonic Underground.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. I had to because I always had like a fascination for Underground. It's the black sheep of the Sonic cartoons for many reasons, but I do love the core concepts of what it tried to do. It took the SAT-AM formula and kind of took its own spin on it. It deals with class hierarchy a lot more than SAT-AM did. And it's a pretty interesting angle, seeing how it's like, okay, if you got riches, Robotnik is more than likely going to be a business partner to you unless you don't comply. If you're the poorest of the poorer you get, you're more than likely just going to be a slave to him, and that's kind of interesting and kind of messed up. So it's like not to mention the interesting kind of fantasy things they've got going on. There's a lot more magic. In I guess spirituality in a sense. It's an interesting mesh of things that kind of basically just amount to 80s 90s rock.
For sure, yeah.
Fight the establishment, that sort of thing, which fits Sonic at its core.
Right.
The execution may have been wonky and at times, but the core message is solid.
Yeah.
And I think that show deserves a proper send off. So I think we're gonna try and do that here, or at the very least make it feel like the ending we got was just a stepping stone for things to come later.
And it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so cool. I think I recorded a bit of it, right? Didn't I?
You did. Yes, you did.
It was super awesome. Yeah. Arion's always had like this point of view with Sonic where like everything there's no linearity to it. You don't have to just stick with one continuity. You don't have to just look at Sonic through this tunnel vision with just one thing. For him, it's all one big canvas in the realm of Sonic-y goodness. There's a little bit of everything for everyone, and it should be hyped in its own way. Maybe if it's not for you, it could be for some kid out there that grew up with that, and that's as long as someone's getting into Sonic, that's fantastic. It's all gonna, it all connects into each other, and I think the way that Arion has like sort of like kind of interwoven everything with this movie and with this project, it makes it feel like he loves everything that has to do with this character. Everything. There's no. Whenever I'm looking into like the project chats, he's always saying, "Oh, I love this part about this continuity, this part about this canon." And there's really no sour feelings that he has towards anything. Maybe he'll goof on it. There's like obviously you can't really not goof on the 06 stuff, but he loves it. Yeah, and that's it's inspirational to me. It's awesome. He loves everything about Sonic, and that's where the good hands lie in.
Yeah.
Aww.
I guess that's all I have to say here. Thank you for answering the question.
Thank you so much for the question, Noah. That was awesome.
Am I also allowed to reveal who I voice as?
I'm sorry.
Or I was asking, am I able to say who I voice as?
That's all right. Yes, you can. Yeah. So Noah's a part of what is essentially a fan work of a fan work.
Yes.
By Cheesy Wheezy, called Sonic Villains Multiverse, which is basically a little initiative put together by fans of our film to basically say do you have an OC? Draw them as the hero and the villain of their story. And they're all technically a part of this little multiverse that we've cultivated here. And so now they're doing a bit of their own Q&A inspired by the ones we've been doing with Ask the Eggman Empire and Ask the Resistance. It's called Ask the Execution Squad. And Noah, you can say who you voice.
Yeah, I play as Shadow AI.
Yes, an AI shadow.
Yeah,
Really
an AI
fascinating
shadow.
design. I'm going to share the design a little bit.
Go right ahead.
We've got a bit of a multiverse of madness over here, y'all.
Yeah. What are we, some kind of multiverse of madness? Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Will Smith would be proud of that. But yeah.
Ultimate just put a Doctor Strange reference. There we go.
Look, we kind of have to. It's a little part of the territory there.
That is true. Multiverse of Matt. Where you you could probably put in the panel discussion if that makes it easier.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. All right.
I'll do that as well as with a few other things. Gotta share. Teddy's gorgeous work. But yeah, it's just incredibly fun. Getting to see that people really vibe with just kind of what we're doing and say like, yeah, why not? Our OCs matter too, because yes, they do.
Yes.
They're canon. After Forces, they're all canon. So,
Basically.
you know.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Like Tangle.
Yeah, Tangle.
Like
Well,
Tangle, yeah.
Tangle is Ian's OC. So yes.
Oh yeah. Oh,
True,
I
true.
have to mention this. I was playing Frontiers the other day. I've been playing it like crazy now that I got it, and they actually mentioned Tangle inside the game, and I'm like, I was so thrown off.
Yeah,
Same
right,
goes,
yeah.
Same goes with Sticks.
Yeah. It's like, wait, what? Oh, okay. So this is the thing now. All right, nice.
Yeah.
That was a total bombshell, and they don't mention it on like any like official like
Yeah,
pages
anywhere.
or anything.
Alright.
Just yeah.
There we
Okay.
go.
Six.
All right,
Okay.
there-
Cool.
There's the friendly AI shadow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, he's a
adorable.
little angel.
Little cutie.
Yes, he's lovely. All right, I'm taking too long. I should let you guys answer these guys' questions. So thank you for having me.
It's
No
all
It
good.
was good seeing you, man.
Thanks
Yeah, it's
for
good
coming,
seeing
man.
you guys too. All right, bye everyone.
Bye bye.
Bye.
All right. Angel Rose, would you like to call up the next person?
Yeah, I can do that. I was thinking the prankster up.
Come on up, prankster.
Yay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can, loud and clear.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Nice. Yes, this works. First try. Okay. Okay. So, hello. My question, right? Like, what was your favorite part of like doing Sonic villains? Like your absolute most favorite part, top of the tier.
Most favorite part, top of tier. Well, I think for me, to be perfectly honest, nowadays it's when, this is such a big story, and I'm always trying to figure out like, okay, I want this to be the best possible film we can make it. So it's always, for me, it's that eureka moment where I'm like trying to problem solve, and then I figure
The
something
idea
out.
comes to your mind.
Yeah, like once you start putting one thing down on the blank canvas of that is the script, it suggests something else, and then that other thing suggests another thing, and then it just snowballs into like, oh my gosh, I figured everything out.
Eureka!
Yeah, just a big scientist.
Eureka! Eggman would be proud of me.
Oh my god. Maurice.
So it's there are a lot of little eureka moments like that, and I think it's moments like those where where things kind of like are like finally click.
Like it's all coming together.
Yeah, it's
They're
all
like,
coming
oh,
together. It was coming together before, but now it's like really coming together.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Yeah, we just want this to for as crazy as the concept is and for as complicated as it can be if it's not done right.
Oh my god.
What the fun of it is trying to figure out how do we condense it in a way that doesn't take away from the fun that can be had, and just kind of make it as smooth as possible. The multiverse is a crazy, complicated concept in and of itself already, and you could spin your mind 100 ways just trying to get it to work. So in the script, I'm always thinking of ways of like, okay, no, we're specifying that we're not talking about this Sonic, we're talking about this Sonic, right? Okay, no, we're not talking about this one, we're talking, So it's
like you
the detail.
You really have to pin down. You really have to pin down which Sonic are we speaking about?
Yeah, right now we can't just like Scourge does not, when he's talking about his past events, we have to stress he has to say the Sonic connected to me, or the Sonic of my line, or the Sonic of, because if he says Sonic, then you're gonna just be like, okay, which one are we talking about here? Even if you know clearly on the screen it's Archie Sonic, it's not gonna be. It's like, no, we still have to say the Sonic connected to me, or my Sonic, or it's the specificity of it all that just makes it easy to understand for everybody. And I think it's because I'm going into this with the hope that people who haven't checked out those other continuities will check out this movie and then hopefully be interested enough to want to read or to watch or to play the Sonics, the Sonic universes that these characters come from. So to make it as snappy and as succinct as possible it has been my number one goal throughout all of this. So that's my favorite moment, is when I can finally figure that out and be like, yes, there we go, perfect, got it.
Yeah, it's like when you lay it all out and it's all perfect and beautiful.
Yeah, we just did a pass of Scourge's introduction into the movie. And I've been really close to the chest on that one because I love Archie Sonic, and I wanted to make sure, okay, Archie Sonic has a lot of bad blood as it is. Let's not make it any worse. Let's make this as succinct and as quick as possible. Who is Scourge? What is he about? What is his main goal? What is his insecurities? And let's kind of give a quick rundown of why he's here and where he's at right now. And I think I think it came together really, really well.
Just
Is that all you had, or?
yeah.
All right, cool. Thank you very much, Prankster.
Pleasure.
Thank
Thank you.
No, it's
Bye.
been an absolute pleasure meeting you guys. So ta-ta.
Alrighty, I guess I can call the next person up real quick. See here. I see him pop. I see him in the chat a whole bunch. I'll go ahead and call him up real quick. My buddy, the ultimate voice actor, come on up here.
Whoop.
Hello, Ultimate.
Hello.
Hello. I know only 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4 people here. Okay, this one's to Miitoons, and this one's going to be interesting because I've heard from many different people that you are a crazy impressionist. Like, you can do voices out the wazoo. What's your favorite out of all the ones you've done?
My favorite out of all the ones, I got it. Well, I mean, I love voicing Mike Eggman. Mike Pollock's Eggman is an absolute joy. But that's a bit of an easy answer. So I think right now I'm gonna say Matthew Lillard's Shaggy is probably my favorite.
Yeah.
You have a lot of Shaggy impressionists that do a lot of Casey Kasem and Scott Inez.
You know, the kind that kind of sounds a little bit like this, and you know.
Yeah, the OG one, right?
Yeah, the OG one, and the one that was trying to do an expansion of the OG one,
and those are always super great. But there's a very specific kind of thing Matthew does with his voice. That's like sort of like what those guys did, but a little different at the same time.
You're
I
nailing
just
it.
want to provide a little bit of fact for that. Before, when he was auditioning for the role of Shaggy in the original movie, he actually screamed in his car to blow out his voice to sort of get that voice going.
Yeah.
That is the kind of dedication that we strive for, man.
I'm sorry, you screamed in your car?
No, Matthew Lillard when he was trying to get the part of Shaggy for the live action movies when they were starting. He had done a lot of vocal exercises, and Shaggy screams a lot, so of course he got
Dang. Okay, yeah, you had lost me at that. I was like, wait, screaming in cars?
Yeah, no, prior to the audition, he was screaming in the car to kind of get that loose voice that he does. You can do it way better, Miitoons. I'm just trying.
Yeah, kind of like this. Yeah. Especially when you gotta go zoinks, you gotta make sure the zoinks
My
to be pristine.
That's why you a legend right there.
Aw, shucks. But yeah, Matthew Lillard Shaggy is a blast. Love him.
That's pretty cool. All right, thank you for answering my question.
All right, thank you all.
Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Also, I'm going to throw in a text question real quick from Angie Heaven Girl 12. To Boost. Nice to meet you. What's it like working with these wonderful people? Is it a fun experience for you? I love your Jaleel White Sonic voice, really spot on.
Hey. Yeah, no. Oh man, I lost my train of thought right there. No, it's been fantastic, man. Arion's been such a nice person. He's been so he hypes up everyone that's on board with the project, and like that charisma is so infectious. Usually with this type of thing that's been kind of this thing that's been going on for in production for so long, you'd expect some type of burnout in the background, but no, this project has had a fire that has been going on for years now, and I'm when I was first brought on board, I was just like, whoa, hold on, this is actually wow, this is awesome. And just everyone that he works with, whether it be the artists or the voice actors, everyone loves him because he cares a lot about everyone's well-being on this project. It's a fan project, but the most important thing you have to have when you're doing these types of projects is you have to understand that these are fan projects, but these projects come with love coming in first, and Arion really gives us that environment where we feel like every little thing that we do for the project really matters, and whether it be me voice acting, and if you guys know me, I do stop motion. He's even asked me before to provide little stop motion bits for certain sequences in the movie, kind of a mixed media thing. Everyone he brings on board for a reason, and he really lets us know that. It's been such a fun time recording lines for him, whether he's super understanding too, whether you want to do your lines alone or whether you need a little bit of direction. He's always he's super understanding, and Arion has been one of my favorite directors to work with in a long time. That's no hyperbole, by the way, genuinely. Everyone on board with the project, whether it be ranging from Landy to Arena to Teddy to Cashlin to every one of the voice actors, everyone is so talented. Everyone anyone who's working on the music, the art, the animation, it's all coming. promise this project is all coming together so nicely, and when you see when it's done, you're gonna see how nicely the canvas has been like put together from like point A to point B to like where we are now. And I'm privileged to have the privilege to voice with or work with Arion on this. Like it's honestly seeing this project, because I was brought on board pretty recently, I think about a year now. I think something like that. Yeah.
Early in the year.
Yeah, so I can say now that I've been watching this project from afar, and I guess it's been kind of like a dream come true, kind of working with Arion on this. That's how great everything's coming out together. Thanks for the
There's no
question.
denying the fact that when we see Miitoons in person, we are all doing a gigantic.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, yeah, we're big suffocating bear hug.
I'm trying to build up enough money to get to get all of us like tickets to like Sonic Revolution or the next Chaos.
Oh my goodness, that would be amazing.
Shoot, come on down, Louisiana. I'll give you a hug. You kidding?
Actually, that's what we were actually talking about, was like, even some of the local cons in our area before we can meet up together for a giant like Sonic Con. I mean, we're very much down to go do local cons in our areas if you guys would like us to do so.
That'd be so fun. Count me in. Who is the person that asked that question?
That was Angel Heaven Girl 12.
Angel Heaven Girl 12. Thanks for the question, Angel Heaven Girl 12. Stay way past cool.
I read that wrong. It's actually Angie Heaven Girl 12. I can read. My bad. But yeah.
Wow, Josh.
I'll try. But anyway.
It's the effort that counts.
Yes. Angel Rose, you want to call up the next person?
Yeah, sure, I can do that. Oh, this is the worst bit about doing these panels.
All good. It's all good.
Take your time. Woosah, woosah.
You've got this.
You know what?
Boogity-boo.
Come up, Sega Garfield 64.
Hello.
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 Give me us. Didn't think I was going to speak this soon.
You never know.
You
Never know.
Never, man.
Boogity boo.
Well, anyways, hi. Nice to meet you guys. Really enjoy your work.
Oh.
Yay.
So, anyways, I got a question. I'm pretty sure you get this one all the time, but what are your plans with the IDW villains?
The IDW villains. So we've gotten this question a bit before. We started in 2018, so we started just as IDW was on its way up. And at the time, the Archie comics had just gotten canceled, so I think there was even more fire in me to be like, okay, we gotta like really ramp up like a justification for the justice for these fans over here. That's almost 30 years of comic gone away. And IDW was just the new kid on the block. And we were still trying to like see where Ian and Evan and everyone were gonna take it. Obviously we know a lot more now than we did then. Characters like Starline and Surge and Kid have come in Rough and Tumble, and all of those guys are absolutely fantastic. But because of how early we started and how early they started, I didn't want to immediately jump into the idea of bringing in IDW characters until I actually saw what they were all about in the first place. Because Starline just RIP'd. If I had known that, I feel like if we had jumped the gun on that a bit too much, I wanted to see exactly where Ian and everyone were going to take the story. It felt like it would have been too soon to just assume I know everything about what these characters are and what these new characters are going to do, and just have them in the story so quickly. Luckily, a few other fans from the Sonic Villains Multiverse fan project, they've brought on Starline and a version of Starline and Rough and Tumble into their story. So as far as us, we'll reference them. I'm not opposed to referencing them. Little visual drop here and there. But because they were so new when we started the project, and there wasn't enough time to fit them into the larger whole of the story. But they are there. They exist within the multiverse, so they will of course be referenced. And some characters have just been made canon now, so we can put them in the background.
It's the newer games that come out. It's going to be difficult to keep inputting more as more gets created. So we're doing our best to input as much as possible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get you. Like you're gonna have a hard time putting the end in the film.
Oh yeah, just everything. Like, can I just say, like, everything that Frontiers has done to connect everything completely blew me away, because we also started this project at a time where we didn't know if that was something Sega and Sonic Team were ever going to do. So, a lot of things have changed in the just within this year alone, that if we had known when we started, we wouldn't have done a lot of the things that we've done. Like, we've already set up, we've been dead set on the idea that two worlds exist.
For sure. Gonna bring that up.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Izuka said that.
Come to find that this year alone, that they have reconfirmed, like, no, it's just one planet again. Now it's just like, okay, well, that's great. That's great. But now for us, it kind of had to, because we have plans to kind of like, explain how that sort of thing is even possible in the first place. Because I was always down with the idea. It just needed some explaining, because there was never, if that was actually a real thing, it was never shown to us. So how is that plausible? And we have a video in the works that kind of goes into why. So that's why, for a lot of us at this point, I fully accepted that Sonic Villains is a period piece in and of itself, in a way.
That's the right term. Yep.
Yeah, it is a period piece for a time when we did not know the information that we know now, prior to Frontiers. And I have some ways in the back of my mind that maybe we can kind of bring things up to speed to how Frontiers has it now. But so much has changed, IDW and all, since we started. I didn't want to jump the gun, and just kind of add them just because they're there and they're relevant. If they fit into the story, they fit into the story. But yeah, we're not opposed to referencing them here and there.
Okay, thank you. That was really, really nice for you to answer my question.
Yeah, thank you so much for asking.
Thanks so much for the question.
Thank you.
All right, and thank you. I really love your animation. I hope to do animation with my character on the icon right there.
Yeah.
That would be so cool.
Look online. There's so many tutorials. Look up the 12 principles of animation, if you haven't already.
Yes.
Yeah,
I will.
Yeah, check those out, because that's going to be a big help in whatever. Doesn't matter what software you use. Doesn't matter. Those are the principles that the 9 old men at Disney conjured up a long while ago, as far as creating really lively animation. So definitely research that, and you'll be on your way.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think we got time for one more question. I wish this could go on longer, but unfortunately, I'm doing another panel literally right after this, which we'll get to that after. We'll get to that afterwards.
Right?
Oh yes, indeed. I was gonna save that as a surprise, but I appreciate it.
Sorry. Well,
spoilers. I'm kidding. Anyway, I'm gonna go get this one last person in here. This person's had their hand up for a while. I'm gonna call up actually a friend of mine, Candy Queen AG. Hop up.
Is my audio working?
Hey, what's up?
Yo, Sonic Villains! What's up, guys?
Hi.
Hello. Oh my God, it's the man, the myth, the Miitoons. Hi.
The man, the myth, the
Hi.
Miitoons. I love that.
I love that. Yeah.
Hi. Also, hi to the rest of the cast. And sorry if I'm a bit of a giggly idiot right now, because I was not expecting that I would get to chat with you guys. And hey, Josh, how you doing? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. You had your hand up for a while, and I figured I'd help you out since we're close to
Thank
the end.
you.
No problem.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, because I was hoping to, chat with you guys, because I've been itching and excited for this fan film for a long time. I've commented on the YouTube channel, and as a Sonic VA myself, who likes his Rosie? Yeah,
more roses in the world. Excellent.
yeah, I got inspired, and Tia Ballard, she kills it. Like,
Absolutely.
like she's a queen. If I ever meet her at a con, I'm gonna just be like, "You're my Rosie idol," like straight up.
Yeah, just
I was a bit unsure of. Yeah, I was a bit unsure of what to ask at first, because I was like, should I go with a deep question or a lulz question? But my buddy Ultimate said go for the deep question. So this is a question for all of you, because the ones who do voices. Shoot, my voice is a little shaky. Sorry. Question. So how do you handle range? Because like I said, I'm a VA myself, and I do voice acting on like the Sonic YouTube channels, and when I look back at the videos, I see that my voices are kind of similar to each other, because I voice characters, like I said, like Rosie, Styx, and Tikal, as long as and with many others. And Miitoons, you voice like Eggman and whatnot, and Sonic. So how do you manage to make sure that all the characters sound super distinct and that you can't hear like any of the other characters within the other voices you do? Because I've been kind of questioning my vocal talents as of late.
Okay, this is a good question, because we work with a lot of people who in and out of the industry of voice acting, and as well as a lot of us are people trying to get in.
Yeah.
We're constantly having these discussions all the time. I think Lizzie Freeman actually, she voices Starla Sparkle in our project, who is this little fictional pop character that we've created. Just
yeah, she's really cool.
Add a little bit of world building to what we're doing with the Prime Dimension. She's also going to be a part of our soundtrack. I think Lizzie said it best, where she runs into that too, where a lot of people are like, oh, a lot of your characters just sound the same, but it's either you screaming or it's you in a deep voice. And I think she basically said, like, it's not about the range necessarily. Being a voice actor is about voice acting.
Correct.
The range at which your voice, can go pitch wise is not the primary focus. It's about delivering the performance of the character. Now, obviously, when it comes to what we do with villains, obviously we do what we can to search for people who can match the pre-existing voices of characters that have them. But for characters, but even that's not exactly one-to-one. Like Arena's Tails is a little more like Amy Pallant than it is Colleen O'Shaughnessy, but that's okay.
You do Tails? That's what actually I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Mine's more of her.
Yeah. It's
Oh, another Tails VA.
Yeah. So
I think that's actually my introduction to Tails was Sonic X. So like Jason Griffith, Amy Pallant, Lisa Ortiz type thing. So that's what I tried to go for.
Yeah, and those guys.
I sometimes voice Tails.
Yeah.
Your Tails is amazing, by the way, Miss Erin.
And we actually have some blooper. I prepared some bloopers.
I was waiting for you to say that.
One of our recordings for Ask the Resistance. The Ask the Resistance Q&A. I'll share that a little
Josh
bit.
We do that all the time.
I'll share that.
I may or may not have lost my mind.
Yeah, you kind of did.
Pretty sure I burped while saying. I don't know.
Also, Tails is like one of the, younger characters, yet my Tails could say fuck.
Knuckles and Tails are the freaking Spider-Man and Deadpool of this universe. I'm just calling it now.
I'm you, but I can say fuck.
Don't confirm me on that. Don't quote me on that. Oh god.
Oh, y'all.
If there's someone that I trust with bloopers, it's Miitoons, but I did not expect it to be animated. I just thought it was gonna be like, just listen to it. Okay, that's funny. But nope. Not with this guy.
Do you know who I
I
am?
am very still sometimes.
I don't just do willy-nilly. I do the whole thing.
That's awesome, man. I will say,
He animated.
I will say, when it comes to the realm of voice acting and your question on range, I will say, I mean, you can. At the end of the day, it's your voice. You can't really. At the end, what your base voice is, it's going to. There's always it's someone who knows how you sound, the ins and outs, will always be like, oh yeah, that's. I mean, that's how it is with every voice actor. You you listen to a person, you listen to a character, and you hear Roger's voice. You go like, wait, is that Roger Crickman? It's yeah.
I do that with Greg Griffin and Tara Strong because they're my voice acting idols.
It's about
because she does professional VA work. Yeah.
Right. It's about I would say it's about three things. It's about first of all what Arion was saying with, acting the role. It kind of goes hand in hand with the second thing I was about to say, where you kind of just have to believe you're that character, and if you really believe you're that character, it'll sell really well. And I mean that in the most like if you're gonna be Sonic, you need to put on those big red shoes, and you need to just go in it. You need to go in and out, just do it really fast. You gotta believe if you got the cadence down to the character, there's no there. I think people will like. A lot of times that's not going to that thing where people are going to go like, a lot of your characters sound the same. It won't matter sometimes, because it just depends on how well you sell the character, Yeah, that's yeah, absolutely. And also at the same time, it's always fine to have your own versions of these characters as well. Like Arion, I've already highlighted, but Arion said before, it's about acting. It's all about voice acting. Voice acting is putting yourself in the roles of these characters and putting yourself to believe that you are that character for like a good 30 minutes or something like that. So at the end of the day. At the end of the day, as long as you are putting on a show, a performance, and you're just going at it as that character, you should be fine.
Thanks. I very much appreciate that because, like I said, I do tend to embody the characters I voice act with, and Josh can kind of verify that sometimes I do the whole method acting thing. Like, you could be goofing around with a VC, and I sometimes slip into my Rousey voice. So
there you go. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I've seen it.
I can confirm.
You see it?
Yeah.
And don't mind me, I'm just writing these down in notes because, again, I do voice acting work also for college stuff because I do radio broadcasting. So this would definitely help me.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And thank you so much for having me. Dang it, now you guys got me doing it more. Because I am going to be recording as Rosie today. Oh, thank you, Doctor.
One of the things that I do personally say is to sort of get the idea of perfecting a range. Like, you have to have super distinguished voices in between. You're definitely gonna have to work through what your sort of base of voice, and because you're going to have a primary voice regardless of who you are. There are some people who have a very distinct several voices. I mean, like Mark Hamill. I mean, I couldn't tell between, Skips and his Joker. There's some people who are just going to have naturally distinguished voices. But each voice has a unique quality and like a unique characteristic or sort of persona, like peppy or scary or something along those lines. It's important that you strive for the emotions instead. I mean, there are several times where when you're doing voice acting, it's not just saying the lines in a certain voice. You have to emote. So, like, say if your
Yeah.
character is crying or something, you gotta feel that emotion.
Yeah.
Like you're actually, as if you're acting on stage or in a
I actually
movie or
did
something
cry
like
once.
that.
I
Oh
actually
yeah,
did
no, I've
cry
cried
once.
before. Funny story, I actually
Right?
scared my mom crying as Tails for an older comic dub. I was shaking and screaming, and then she walks in. She's like, "Are
Same
you
here.
okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah,
Holy
what's wrong?"
shit,
Just
that's
like
gotta be right.
complete shift. And she was like, "I thought you were dying." I'm like, "No."
Like, yeah, it's like that happens all the time. Your parents come and thinking like, "What is that noise?"
Yeah,
Like,
what are you
Mom, I'm just
doing?
voice acting. You sound
But,
insane.
it was. I've had a couple other funny stories. It's always my parents who walk in, by the way.
Right?
But it's always them.
Yeah, y'all.
But just definitely focus on what you can do, and don't really worry too much about everyone else's, because every voice is unique. And if you want to test your range, doesn't mean you necessarily have to like be perfect at it. One thing that I did starting off is, funnily enough, I was reading the Sonic comics, the Archie comics, way back
Oh,
when.
me too. Yeah.
Yeah, I used
that's
to
how I
read them
got
out
into Sonic,
loud.
through the comics. That's how I
I
got
would
into Sonic
do.
through Archie.
I would read them out loud as each character. So 1 minute I'm voicing as Sonic, the next I'm talking as Tails, and then Amy, and then even the ones that I couldn't even do, like Shadow, or I was just even the accents. Just practicing and seeing what you can hit, what you can't necessarily do, what you think you can do. Work on it. There's always room to improve, and there's always finding your space.
Yeah, and I did have voice acting goals. Like, I can never voice a proper Amy. Like, I can do Rosie no problem, but regular Amy, I'm just like, it sounds like a stable-minded Rosie. So I guess goals are a good thing to have too, right?
I love voicing Rosie too, but yeah, I definitely see that.
That does need more love, right? It's just so much fun with Scourgy.
That's fantastic. Oh wow.
I never get a chance to use her voice, bro.
This is why.
If y'all want any comic dubs with freaking Rosie the Rascal, I'm down.
See, this is why.
Rosie.
This is why we tried to get Tia on.
Tia is amazing.
We tried to get her on for this because I know she would have tips like this already, because a lot of her what did she just voice like a character in One Piece, and I knew it.
Like, oh gosh, if she was here, I'd be more of a giggly idiot than
she was Carrot, right? And she sounded kind of like Rosie there too. So it's like, but the thing is, I recognized it without her having to say anything. I picked up that it was her. And then I go on Twitter, and then she's like, "Oh, like, yeah, that's me." I was like, I knew it. So it's like, it's fun recognizing people's voices sometimes.
I don't remember what anime I was watching, and I always look at the credits at anime now, so I can see which voice actors did this. Like, oh my god, it's Todd Habercorn, or oh my god, it's this person.
And I try to recognize.
And I saw Tia Valor. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know.
Queen.
Yeah. So look, hopefully this helped a lot.
Oh, it did very much. Wrote this all down in my phone notes. And before I go, I do want to thank you guys dearly. And I am so excited for when this film comes out. Not gonna lie, I've been like checking the channel every once in a while. Like, I hope it's still going. I hope it's still coming out.
My goodness!
Look,
like legit. Like, Endgame didn't have me this excited.
Look. let me put your worries to rest. I ain't stopping. I ain't stopping.
Okay. Dang. Sorry,
ain't giving up, ain't giving in. It's just we're just human beings. We have lives, and we we do what we can, in between. But rest assured.
Yeah. Yeah, college and being in a rock band go burr. So yeah, I know how it feels to be very busy and trying to get stuff done. But again, I want to thank you guys so much, because it's stuff like this that makes me so proud to be a Sonic fan. And I'm grateful to my friends and like Josh, because when I hang out with him, he's always a blast. And it's an honor to meet you guys. And I can't wait to see the movie. It's going to be so great. And I will try my best to make Tia Ballard proud.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, you keep going at it.
I love you all. Oh my goodness.
We love you too, because we're fans, and we are so grateful that we have people like you who do this wonderful stuff. We're all a team. We're Sonic heroes.
It's too wholesome.
Aww. All right. Well, it was great meeting you guys, and Josh, I'll probably talk to you later today. So.
Absolutely. Thank
also,
you.
do you guys accept friends, or are you too busy? Just asking.
What was that?
Like, do you guys have like actual discords, or do you guys just hang out here and then you leave?
I actually have
in
my
here.
Discord channels. I have one for VAs and artists, and one just a casual server. I typically share them on Twitter. If you guys have Twitter,
Oh, I do. Definitely.
I'll probably share a link today so people can join in.
Cool. And if y'all accept friends, I would definitely love to, stay up to speed on the project and everything else you guys have coming. Thank you so much. It was an honor to talk to all of you. Hope you have a wonderful holiday.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
My heart is so full.
Yeah. Indeed. I can confirm that that's just how they are. But anyways, I wish that I was able to get more questions in. Unfortunately, I have to zoom over to panel room B soon because I'm going to be working the Adrenaline Dubs panel immediately right after this. So
You got your work cut out for you today, Josh.
yeah. So, but thank y'all. Thanks again to the people we got over here from Sonic Villains, the man, the myth, the legend, Arion, Arena, Boostifer, and Teddy Boo. Is there anything y'all would like to say before we close this out?
Love you guys.
Keep up with us. Keep up with us on our Twitters, our YouTube channels. Just feel free to chat and say hi every once in a while. We're here.
Yeah.
Yes,
We're
indeed.
here. We love you all. And remember, you're pretty cool. Just, don't tell anybody I said that.
Yes, indeed. Also, thank you to Angel Rose for helping out with the co-hosting. You were a huge help as well.
Thank you, and thank you so much for the opportunity. So thank you guys for coming.
Absolutely.
Your hearts are as big as your brains. We love you.
And my brain is massive.
Stay way past cool, guys.
Bring honor to everything you do.
Yes.